welcome back to my channel. I should be doing lots of other things, but the weather is amazing. So I am going to coffee dye some papers. Come along with me. I mean, look at it out here. 72 degrees, sunny, no humidity, gorgeous. Here is my setup. I have some envelopes and some copy paper. I didn't have any instant coffee, but I had some cold brew. That should work. And then I have a little tray that I'm going to carry the papers outside. I'm going to see about letting them dry in the sun because I want to try some stencils and patterns. And I filled this little sprayer up to help spray some extra coffee once I put the stencil down. This is one of the stencils I'm going to use. It's a placemat I got at Ollie's, which is a bargain place. It's actually gold. And then I'm going to try my hand at some of these stencils that I have in my stash. So I have a towel out here, and I've taken 4 pieces of paper and put this placemat on a corner of each one. And I've spritzed extra coffee. Hopefully I sprayed enough. We shall see. Now I'm going to do some envelopes. I've added the envelopes here with these stencils. You can see how they go. This one seems to be drying pretty quickly, so we'll check it here in a few minutes. Let's see if I can do a one-handed reveal here. Whoa! It's light, but it's still pretty. Let's see what these look like. About dry. The hearts. Oh, the raindrops did well. Oh, the diamonds did well. And that one did pretty good too. Nice. Here's my last batch. I'm actually trying a couple actual leaves. See if that works. And I will show you the finished results once everything is dried. The papers have dried, and I'm going to show you how they turned out. Here's a little better picture of the stencils that I used. So I used this heart-shaped one here. This one is a bunch of different shaped diamonds. Here is a teardrop or raindrop. And then this one is some sort of ornamental kind of looking one. So we'll start with the envelopes first. So here are the diamond shaped ones. You'll see that okay. Get a little bit more light in here maybe. Let's see how that looks. It looks alright. I really like how that turned out. So I have a few of them that are the diamond shape. And this one is one of the first ones. And it's a cool effect, so I want to play around with this some more. But I had some dried ink sprays, or ink, distress ink, I'm not sure which, on the stencil. And it transferred onto the envelope. And so I'm going to be more purposeful about that. So you see a little pink there. But I was very pleased with how the patterns turned out. On this one, it's a cool effect. You know, it's not a complete success as far as the stencil transfer, but the thing that I didn't realize is on this stencil, I have a few areas where this part of the heart has been bent because of when I clean them. And so I did not have the stencil laying down flat. And so that's why some of the coffee kind of bled underneath there, as you can see here. But again, some of the ink from the dried ink on the stencil, love that transfer and the definition that it gave. Really neat. And then here's another heart one. Again, wasn't laying flat on the envelope. You need to have a really good seal of your stencil against the paper to get a good transfer. But I love how the pink shows, but then the heart is coffee dyed. And that's because, you know, the dried ink is on the solid part. So really cool effect. So I might try to do it on purpose next time. And then here, I guess I just didn't get enough coffee on there. It's very faint, but you can still see it. And then here is the teardrop one. So I had this going a couple different ways on the envelopes. So this one's kind of going the long ways. And then this one, I was trying to get a twofer, so I laid the stencil across the two envelopes. And I think that works because you can just put some decorative washi tape or lace, or, you know, you can decorate up that if you don't like that hard edge of the stencil showing. But I think these transferred nicely, or not transferred, but made a really good one. This one's really nice, crisp. I think I got a really good seal on this one. And again, I did the same thing with the laying it across two envelopes. Really like that a lot. They're nice and dark. And then this one is really cool, one of my favorites. So the big placemat, I actually put these two underneath that placemat, and love how the design transferred onto here. So pretty. Really like that. And then this is that smaller stencil, kind of ornamental. And I tried a couple different ways, and then I thought, oh, it'd be cool to have this portion of it on the envelope. So if you put it in a signature, you'll see this on that side, and then you'll see this design on that side. And then this one, very, very faint. Didn't get a super good transfer there. I think also the key is maybe to leave it a little bit longer. This is one of the later ones I did. So just kind of experimenting. And then this one, I laid it this way, or no, this way. It turned out okay. And then this is the one where I put some actual leaves on it. And you can kind of see a faint outline of the partial leaf here. And that's kind of about it. You could kind of maybe make out a little bit there. So I don't know if I needed to leave it on longer. Not really sure. So I'll play around with that a little bit more. But it was fun to give that a try. And then here's the papers. And as you saw, I put 4 sheets of papers together to make the pattern, but then there was one time where I just used 2 sheets and put the placemat. So this is 2 sheets, and this one's a little bit darker than this one, I feel like. And then here is one sheet where I did the diamond stencil on this side and the heart stencil on this side. I think that turned out nicely, because you can fold it in half and you can have that on one page and that on another. And then I did just do kind of 2 blank coffee dyed papers. And then here's the ones where I put 4 sheets underneath the placemat. So you get the placemat design on kind of sort of half of the page. You know, you see it on this side, and just a little bit on that back side. So that's what these remaining ones are. Kind of a quarter of the placemat, if you will. But I think the design, you know, is a pretty good placemat. I like all the itty bitty little bitty holes and then the bigger holes. I think they transferred well. This is one of the first ones I did, or this was the first one I did. So yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I do have some lace crochet pieces, so I'm going to dig those out and maybe try those. But you know, the weather was just so pretty. I've been wanting to try this for a while, so I jumped in there and did it real quickly, and had a lot of fun. So I had some coffee left over, so I have that saved, so I'll play around with that on another day. But I think these are probably my favorite. This one here. I think that one turned out really neat though as well. But I love that I have all these fun little designs now that I can play around with. And probably, maybe I'll use some in my Patreon that I am setting up. All right, thank you all so much for watching, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you all think of these, and I'll see y'all in the comments and in my next video. Bye, love y'all.